Happy anniversary to me. Hello, everyone. Bront, CatHerder here. We're having some fun talking Raid Shadow Legends, and I am here on my main account because I'm going to do something, I don't know if it's the wisest thing or not to do, but I am in a really good mood today because, well, it's around today, but right around this time is when I first started streaming 3 years ago. So sometime between this week is either when I started streaming or when I became an affiliate on Twitch. It actually totally took me a week to do it. And you guys were absolutely amazing. So much support, so much love. And that really started my content creation journey. It was such a great memory for me because it really lifted my spirits. Because for those of you that have been with me for a long time, especially those of you who are aware of all of my struggles right around that time in 2022, I couldn't talk at the time. I had my left vocal cord does not function. I had thyroid cancer, and my thyroid was very, very large. In fact, the tumor was the size of my left thyroid node, so both thyroids were removed, and unfortunately my vocal cords or something in the nerves were damaged during the surgery, and I lost the ability to talk entirely because my left vocal cord doesn't work. Now, I've since had a couple of procedures to correct that. I now have an implant, and that's actually how I can talk. Amusingly enough, that is actually part of why I drink a lot of Pepsi and a lot of other soda stuff, because I find that they actually continue to help me talk. They tend to break down some of the gunk that can build up in my throat that I otherwise had trouble clearing out of my throat. I mean, water kind of works, but oftentimes I find that things like Pepsi, the carbonation and the acidity actually cleans it out just a little bit better. So it's one of the reasons I drink as much pop as I do. It actually does help me talk. It sounds weird, but it just seems to work for me. And you know what? I like it as well. So that's kind of why I do it. But we're talking 3 years since I did that. About 2 years ago around this time is when I started my YouTube channel as far as actually pushing my YouTube channel. I ended up deciding to take a break. I did maybe 20 videos and just decided it wasn't quite where I was going to be. I didn't have a lot of time. I was working at the time. And then the next year, I decided it was time for me to kind of push my YouTube again. So right at the beginning of April, I started pushing YouTube again. So we are basically at the 1 year anniversary of me really kind of pushing YouTube and turning my channel into what it is today, as well as, again, 3 years on Twitch and 2 years of just creating the channel in general. So there's a lot of anniversaries, and I'm super stoked. You guys are absolutely amazing, and you guys have been super supportive. And because you guys have been super supportive, it's going to allow me to make this video. So I've been rambling on and on about why I'm super happy about today. What have I done? Well, I have spent a little bit of money to get myself some of these Prism Shards, and I like to pull them. So I have 20 pulls worth of Prism Shards here. I would really, really like my first headline champion here with the Blade Chorister Kaldor. He would be absolutely amazing. I do not have any faction unity champions, and this is one of the ones that looks like he could be the most fun. Now, he's not Teox. He's not, he's not Fina. But I think he's got a kit that could be really, really fun. I wouldn't have minded the Shadowkin dude either, but honestly, I think he will be a lot of fun. I've got some fun champions in this faction as well. In fact, I have almost every legendary in this faction. It's actually pretty amusing. So what does this guy do? Well, we'll talk about it if he comes in, but basically he is an absolute beast of a nuker, should work really well with a champion like a Senna or perhaps an Opardon, and throws a bunch of poisons out as well and does a bunch of damage. And I think he's going to be a lot of fun, and I think he'll be fun to pair with Nice and some arena stuff, and we'll see what we can do with him. So that said, we're looking for, some of these headline champions. The other one I would really, really love is a Fearol, because Fearol is absolutely amazing for Hydra. So I think he would be amazing to get on my account. Now, on the other hand, I have a Podrick or two. I have an Oella or two. I have a King Galkabar, maybe or two. I don't know. I've got a couple of Elvas. I just got a Keote pretty recently. I think I pronounced that right. I did a video on that recently, in fact. I've got a Glyciad. He's a pretty good champion. And I've got an Ostrid. In fact, I've got a 6-star soul for my Ostrid. She's actually pretty amazing. And I've got all of these epics. So I am going for this dude. I would not mind a Fearol if I, as a compensation gift if I don't get this dude. We are going to be pulling one at a time. And I don't have a Pepsi with me, which is a big problem. All right. Crisis averted. Here's a Pepsi. You can almost see it. There we go. It's Pepsi. Look, it's over here. It's over here. It's over here. Yep, we got Pepsi. Just in case they decide to sponsor us, I do not want to disappoint them. They are absolutely amazing. I love Pepsi. As I mentioned before, it actually does help me talk, so there's a lot of background with that too. But, you know, I just like Pepsi. So we're going to pull, I think I'm actually going to pull solo because I would love to see this guy run out to me, and I'd love to see a legendary run out. In theory, as far as the odds are concerned with these, you've got the odds pretty similar to what you've got with the sacred shards. I believe the mercy is 20 shards. In fact, we can currently take a look at this here. Yep, after 20 shards without a legendary, you get a +4 shard increase. Now, I will admit, I accidentally pulled one of these when I was buying these things in the first place, and I've got an epic. So I'm technically one into mercy. I also have not done the Sand Devil tournament that will get me another one of these things. So there's a chance I could get something else really cool. Now, would I recommend pulling now for most people? No, I actually would recommend waiting until Friday and pulling, because you might as well get some champion chase points or whatever that hero's path point is. I think that would probably be better. But you know what? I don't want to wait. Today is kind of the anniversary-ish date, and it just feels kind of right to pull. So I want to thank you guys. Again, it is viewers that have made this possible, and you guys are absolutely awesome. So let's come celebrate and have some fun, and maybe I get really cool legendary or two. We'll see. So, all right, let's go. All right, Dathi. To be fair, I would not mind empowering my Dathi. I don't think I've got a +4 Dathi, and honestly, I probably should build a second one. So this is a good chance for me to possibly have a second one to build. He is an absolutely amazing epic for Doom Tower and for Centranos, so I think he will be great. So let's keep on going. If we're going to pull 20 one at a time, we are definitely going to speed through these a little bit. Lockwane, not too bad. Another Lockwane, again, not too bad. Probably should empower a Lockwane, and you know what? I'll be able to. End of Moonbeam does some okay damage, if I recall. AoE attack 3 times at random. Yeah, not amazing, but not too horrible. Ruella, on the other hand, top tier. You've got the turn meter stealing here on the A1. You've got the triple hitter with a bunch of good debuffs. You've got the turn meter and increased crit rate. All really good. Plus with a dungeon aura that gives you a bunch of accuracy. Ruella, top tier. Definitely worth empowering. Maybe even building a second one for Curse City. Getting a lot of End of Moonbeam, and we're going to see a lot of duplicates as far as theirs goes, so I shouldn't be too surprised. Ooh, Duden the Runic, he is an awesome dude. I definitely need to empower mine. He's got the cleansing on the A1, which what makes him really cool. Creodon the Blue. Creodon is absolutely amazing. He is carrying my free-to-play in many ways. I am super stoked that I've got one, and I certainly could use this one to empower as well. So that's all good. But we're looking for legendaries. Come on. I mean, he's kind of legendary, but he's not the legendary we're looking for. Come on, Pepsi. Let's bring it home. Pan the Bowhorn. All right, so now, you know, from here on out, we should get at least one more legendary. The odds say that we should get one legendary in these 20, hopefully maybe two. You know, let's see what we can do to break the odds. Ruella, again, pretty good. Pan can smack too, so Pan's not too bad. I don't think I've built mine. I really do not like Cormac. I think he's one of the worst epics in the game. He's definitely the worst Sylvan Watcher's epic, just not particularly great. You know, these are not great abilities on a 4-turn cooldown. Does grant him an extra turn, not too bad. But a single target decreased defense, not particularly exciting. Single target decreased speed, no. Just no. Lots of Lockwanes. I don't know if I actually have a Lockwane in this account, because I did use him for Mikage. Airwood Quivergrass. She can do okay damage. I actually built one out. And the Bowhorn. Come on, where's that legendary? All right, this is getting kind of painful. All right. We've kind of speed run through these. We're going to slow down just a little bit, and we're going to have a quick talk with you. Polarium, you know, it's my anniversary. Let's make this fun. Let's get me a legendary. Let's get me a good legendary. Let's get me either a feral or the new dude, because he's absolutely amazing. Let's go. This is not going well. We are down to our last one. So, you know what? Prism Shards may be a bit of a scam. To be fair, there are several of these that are Lady Mikage Fusion champions. So early on, a lot of these epics are really good. In fact, most of the Sylvan Watcher epics are really good. So for an early game account, this is not the worst thing. These are not super expensive. They're actually significantly cheaper than Sacred Shards. But again, the Mercy is not quite as good. So, Polarium, come on. Ah, so sad. Well, I will be earning at least one more of these through the what's it called, the Sand Devil tournament, or I guess it's actually now the Ascend Artifacts and Accessories Art tournament. So I will definitely be running those to get some of those materials and get the other Prism Shard. So I'll have a chance to eat that Prism Shard. That would be great. Yeah, I'm going to give you a bonus for you because we have certainly not gotten our Prism Shards here. I do have this Remnant Summon. Again, I probably should save this. But you know what? We're being festive. We've got a Pepsi. And you know what? A Mythical would absolutely save this video. That is not a Mythical. Sometimes you get what you want. Sometimes you don't. Very unfortunate. To be fair, I've been on a very, very big hot streak. Certainly not thrilled with having spent a little bit of money to get what I've gotten, but at the same time, it's RNG. So, I'll still post this video. Hopefully you guys will like it. Hopefully you guys will hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. I really do appreciate it. Let me know if you're going to actually be pulling some of these things or if you're really going to get this champion. And let me know. Maybe you guys can figure out some way for me to get lucky on the one final one I will get. Alrighty, so we are recording to the YouTubes, so you guys can say hi. All right, guys, a little bit of a bonus for you here. We are live on Twitch. We are here on Miss Cyber Amish's account. Cyber Amish and his wife are followers of the channel, and we are on her account. We are going to pull 20 Prism Shards here. She is absolutely looking forward to. She was looking for, who is she looking for? The Unity Champion, Podrick, or Ostrid. And any of those would be absolutely amazing for her. I don't know if she's got Glycated Feral. Honestly, every single champion in this is amazing. Even Ostrid right over here. She's not too bad either. Not Ostrid. Oella. Probably the worst of the bunch, but still a very good champion. We are going to be pulling here. We've got some gambling going on. We've got all kinds of fun stuff. So if you like, gambling your Twitch points, which don't really mean anything because they're made up and don't really matter, you can come over here and join in on Twitch. So we have a Pepsi in hand. We are ready to party and apparently she has a double feral and Glyciad, so apparently she does not need either of those two, but they're still awesome champions. Maybe she could plus one. So let's get pulling. We are going to do 2 10 pulls because you know what, I respect your time. Let's get going. Come on guys, get some hype in chat. Let's get some prayers up to RN Jesus. Let's get that Pepsi going and let's get some legendaries. That is epic so far. To be fair, I recommend building 2 Mist Riders just for Curse City, so having an extra Mist Rider isn't a bad thing. Honestly, these epics are really good too. This is probably one of the strongest factions overall. 2 Mist Riders for you, 2 Orns for you, a Ruella for you, an Arwid's not too bad. Pretty decent pull as far as the epics are concerned. Not a legendary, unfortunately. But yeah, the epics in this pool are absolutely insane. So let's get some gold here because that's what we really, really want. Let's get going. There's some gold. There's an Ostrid. That is one of the wish lists. Let's go. Can we get another gold? It'd be really nice. You know, we will take one wish list gold. Certainly would have liked more. Ostrid is absolutely amazing. She's really good in Arena. She's really good in Hydra. She is really good all over the place. She has an A1 sleep. It's 50%, 70%, 75% if you book it up. If they're under decreased speed or weaken, which she puts out, you can get a 100% chance of sleep because it books up a little bit. She puts out decreased speed and weaken on an AoE, and it decreases the turn meter of all enemies by 15%. This is usable in Hydra. This is usable in Wave Clear. This is usable in Arena as well. Very, very good ability. And then finally, she has an increased speed and increased attack buff on all allies for 3 turns, fills the turn meter of all allies by 15%, and then takes an extra turn. So this is a 4-turn cooldown, but it effectively is a 3-turn cooldown because of that extra turn. And, you know, it doesn't need a lot of books here. She needs a few books here, but she's generally pretty book friendly as well. On top of that, she's got this cute little passive here that whenever an ally or this champion boosts turn meter, she heals all ally based on their max HP percentage of the turn meter increase. So this 15% turn meter increase is also a 15% max HP heal. Very, very good. Plus, she's got a 28% aura in all battle, not in all battles, but in Arena. All battles would be absolutely amazing. But honestly, in Arena, a 28% speed aura is really, really good. She is usable for Arena. She is usable for 3v3. She's usable in Live Arena. And again, she is very, very good. She hits deceptively hard as well. So she is actually worth building for a little bit of damage if you're going to use her in Hydra. So wife should be happy. Yep, wifey is happy. That is absolutely amazing. So congratulations, my friend. We got your wife a good Ostrid. That is great. All right, so we are going to be recording for les YouTubes, so you guys can say hi to les YouTubes. So we are back. I am live on Twitch, and we have had some amazing folks donate, and I happen to have 10 more Prism Shards here and ready to go. So we are going to pull these bad boys. As you can see here, I've actually built up some Mercy, and it actually shows you the Mercy in the summoning pool, which is absolutely amazing and something Polarium needs to put in the regular pool, because it really would be nice to see your odds when you're pulling that they get a little bit better. So, hey, this would be absolutely amazing. I, again, really, really, really want this dude. He just looks really good. And a Feral would be absolutely amazing as well. So let's pull. We're going to pull these puppies one at a time. We've got some Pepsi. We're going to get going. We've got RNGesus on our side. We've got Twitch luck here. So we are going to pull, you know, hey, let's not settle for just one of them. Let's get a Feral and that dude. Let's get going. That is a kill in the Shrike. Not particularly exciting. Hello, computer. There's a legend. Yes! Oh, no, that's not him. Oh, so excited. So close. I thought it was him because he had a little ring around him, but that's this guy's plant ring. King Alchemar is not too bad. King Alchemar gives you a shield on the A1. It's a chunky shield as well. He gives you an A2 that attacks all enemies, will remove a buff and replace it with poisons, and then put block buffs out there. So he removes all buffs, actually. So he can put a bunch of poisons out just if they're buffing themselves, and then he does a block buffs, and very, very good skill. It's a little awkward to use to get a lot of poisons out, but it's not too bad. He should actually work with a new Unity champion if I can get the Unity champion. And then he removes all debuffs from all allies, so it's a full cleanse, puts continuous heals on instead for 1 turn on each ally for every debuff removed. So he heals them a bunch as well. So he's great for cleansing poisons, or honestly any cleanse. And he puts a massive, massive shield up as well. He's not super hard to invest in either. And then finally, whenever an enemy under poison debuff attacks an ally under shield buff, instantly activates 1 poison debuff. Also activates a continuous heal buff on the attacked ally. So he actually should pair pretty well with the new boss. But hey, unfortunately that did burst our Mercy, but let's see if we can get something else kind of cool. Let's go. And unfortunately, I believe he is a triplet, so that's unfortunate. But we did get something. More Dothies, that's good. I would like a second +4 Mist Rider Dothy, so I'm not going to complain too much. Lockwing, not particularly exciting. I've got a ton of him now. Lockwing, I've got a ton of him now. Lockwayne, I've got a ton of him now. No, this video is not stuck. Hey, it wasn't a Lockwayne. All right, guys. One more time. Polarium, you can do this. I've got Pepsi. We've got chat. We all believe you can give me a really good legendary that I want on this last shard. Got the pause. Did not get it. Oh, well. You know, hey, I got a legendary. It was kind of fun. And you know what? What's more fun than pulling shards with friends? Anyway, I appreciate you guys. It's absolutely amazing. Again, I would not be here without you guys. You guys make this channel. You make my community. You are absolutely awesome. And so until the next video, I'm Bront CatHerder.